Hello and welcome to another Affinity Designer tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to make a repeating pattern. So first we want to go up to File and New. We're going to make the document size 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. It's up to you what the DPI is, but we're going to do 1000 pixels. Okay. And take note that up here on the top left hand corner you can see 0 and all the way to here is 1000. That's our pixels. Okay. This is something I created earlier just to make it easier for you guys to see the pixels when we're placing down our images. Okay, so let's make an image. So at the moment, I'm just going to create a really simple pattern. I'll make it one color, just anything will do really. It's just to, there we go. And I'll just put something behind that as well. There we go. Make that a different color. Let's make it blue. There we go. All right, so I'm going to group these two shapes, and this is going to be our image. Okay, now you can do it with any of the images you have. Okay, so first we're going to want to put it in the left hand corner, and there we go, it's locked in. Next, you're going to want to copy this. So we're going to press Command C, that copies it, and Command V, that's going to duplicate it. Now that we've got a duplicate, which you can see here, this is the new one, I'm going to name the first one 1, so you can see, and the second one 2. Alright, so this is the one we've just created down here. We're going to want to go up to here, X. Think of X as right and Y as down. So we're going to want to stick this one, number 2, we're going to want to stick it over here, 500. Now you can drag the image over like this until it gets to the center and you can see it's down on the line, but I like to do it through here, as you can be very precise and less chancing messing up. So we're going to put plus, so hold down shift and then put plus in here, and we're going to put 500, and then you want to press return. Now you can see that number 2 has gone directly into the middle. Now the next one we want to do is we're going to press 1 again to go back to the first one. We're going to copy this and duplicate it again, so Command C, Command V. This created our third one. I'm going to name it 3. And I'm going to put it in order here, just so it's easy on the eye. Okay, so now we're on the third one. We want to duplicate it and make it go all the way over here. Now, as our document is 1000 pixels wide, we're going to want to copy and duplicate it right over here. So again, we go up to the X, which is right, hold down shift, press on the plus sign on your keyboard, and we're going to press 1000. So that's 1000 pixels, okay? I'm going to press return, and there it is, 1000 pixels. So we've got them all at the top here. I'm going to group these so they're all in one group here, and I'm going to press Command C for copy, Command V for paste. Next, we're going to want to have these 3 items here going 1000 pixels down. Now you can see on the side here where it says 1000, or you can see the ones I've created, how many pixels down we want to go. So Let's go to Y over here, remember, which is down basically. And we're going to put plus and 1000. There we go. It's gone all the way down to the bottom now. Okay, so I'm going to put this, name it up, and name this one down, just so we know which ones they are. Okay, so now we're going to want to copy this one into the middle. So that's going to be 500 pixels here. So we can do the same thing again. Command C, Command V, that's made a copy. We're going to go up to Y, which is down. I'm going to press plus 500. Press return, and it's in the middle now. Okay, so we could keep it like this if we wanted, or we could add the same shape in here to fill these gaps, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to quickly name this middle, and I'm going to have everything here. There we go, up, middle, down. Okay, now we want to fill in the gaps here and here. You could leave it like this if you want to, but today we're going to fill up these gaps with more of the same. So let's go back to our grouped images, and I'll just grab any of them. Command C, I'll close that, and Command V, that's copied one. So we want to push it 250 pixels across. So we're going to go to X again. We're going to press plus and 250. That's 250. Press enter, and there it is in the middle. Now we want to push that down 250 pixels. So it's right in the middle there. So we're going to go to Y, which is down. We're going to plus, and we're going to put in 250. Press enter, and now it's directly in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to want to copy that and place it here. So basically we're just redoing everything we've done already. So I'll go ahead and do that. Command C, Command V, we made another one. Press it here. Okay, so now we want to push this item over to this location here. So that would be 500 pixels across. So I'm just going to press plus 500, return, and there we go. Now the last step is, let's group these. Okay, they're grouped. Now we want to copy and paste. So Command C, Command V, and we'll go up to here, Y, which is down again, and we're going to press plus 500, enter, and there we go. Okay, so this is our pattern, and let me get rid of the measurements that I created so you can see. Get rid of that, and here it is. So to make sure that it is a repeating pattern, we're going to want to open a bigger document, and we're going to want to copy what we've made here and paste it into that document. That document is going to be bigger. Okay, so let's make the bigger pattern. All right, so File, New. Okay, so our document was 1000 pixels squared. Let's make this one 3000 squared. Okay. All right, this is our new document. It's 3000. Blank page, ready for our pattern. So if we go back to our pattern, I'm going to place all of these shapes here, everything in a box, and I'm going to nest it in that box. So you don't need to do this, but I like to do it just to make sure everything is contained within a square. So up I'll go. I just pressed on the square tool, and I'm just going to click and drag to make that. There we go. Going to get rid of the stroke on it, and I'm also going to I'll stick a white background in there. Drag it to the bottom. Okay, so we've got a white background. It can be anything you want, any color you want, but I'll just go with a white background. Okay, so let's select all of these shapes. So select the first one, then press Shift and select the last one. Now they're all selected. Click and drag down and to the right slightly so it's there. Now they're all nested inside. Okay, so there they are. So we can either copy this and paste it into the new document, or if it's going to be a JPEG in the end anyway, you can also copy this layer and then you can go to rasterize. That's going to make it a little bit smaller for Affinity Designer to handle, even though it can handle a lot. So you can either copy this one or this one in. I'm just going to copy the pixel one in for now. So Command C, let's go over to our new document we made that's 3000 pixels wide. And now we're going to press Command V. And there it is in the corner. This is our shape. So let's see if it repeats when we tile it. Let's press Command C, Command V again. And there we go, we've created a new one. Remember to turn on the snapping tool. So there we go, it's locked in. It looks like it's repeating nicely. Command C, Command V. There we go, yeah, it's working nice. Okay, so now we've got those three at the top. Let's just copy it from the side here. Select all of these, Command C, Command V, and then drag down. Also, you can just keep your finger on Command and just drag and it will create a whole new layer. There we go. So this is all of them. So now that we've completed this one, as I said before, I was making them pixels. This means you can't change anything about it. It's just going to remain like this. If you wanted to change the background or any of the images or elements that you have in there, you can't change it. But if we get rid of this again, and we head back to our original pattern file, which is 1000 pixels, we'll get rid of the pixel one I've made here, and here it is. So I'm going to make the background none here. So if you look down here in the little thumbnail image, there is no background there. So we can copy this, Command C, go over to our big file, 3000 pixels file, and Command V. So this doesn't have a background in there at the moment, so I'm just going to quickly do what we did before and copy and paste it. I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so I've copied them all over here now, and it's got a transparent background. If you want to change that to anything, now you can make a background. So let's go over here and to the square tool, and we'll just drag out so it's the full square. There we go. Let's get rid of the stroke. And here it is, here's our square. Let's drag it right to the back. And now we can decide what color we want. So let's go to fill, and there you go. You can choose any color you would like here. And once you're happy with it, you just press File and export to whichever file type you'd like. So that's one way of doing it. But still, I can't change the elements that I've created. So we're going to go back again to our original file, and I'm going to delete all of these, and I'm just going to keep one of them. Here we go. So we've just got this one here. Now what we want to do now is we want to use the symbols option. So let's go to View, go down here to Studio, and then go to Symbols. We'll click on that. Now we've got a symbols panel here. So this item we've created here, it could be anything that you have made, not necessarily this one. What we have to do now, we've selected our image, is press Create. Now you can see that the image we've made is within the symbols panel. So now this means that if we copy and paste this anywhere, we can still change the elements inside if we want to change something after we've made the pattern. So I'm going to go through the whole copy and paste procedure we did before, and I'll quickly do that, and then I'll show you how you can change everything. Okay, now that we've copied and pasted all of the images, which are now symbols, we can go ahead and transform, manipulate them however we want. We can change the color, we can change the shape, and each image will change with it. So let's go down to the bottom. I'll just choose that one because it's top left one we started with. And let's choose this, the circle. So look, we can change the circle to whichever color we want. We can put it to, let's leave it purple. You can do the same with the rectangle as well. Make it any color you want. Let's make it this. There we go. All right. Now I want to change something about the circle, so I'm going to change it by converting it to curves, and I'm going to click on the node tool. I'm just going to click somewhere here on it. Okay, so I've made a new node. You see, if I change it, everything else changes too. So this is just a random shape. It doesn't mean anything. It's just showing you that you can transform anything once you have them as symbols. I really love this feature. Let me change it back to how I'd had it. Let's just leave it like that. Let's change something on the rectangle too. I'll convert that to curves as well, and I'll go over to the corner tool, and I'll just choose this corner tool here. I'll drag them in a little bit. There you go, I'll leave that one like that. All right, so you've seen you can change the color and the shape, and you can add things. Okay, so let's nest it in a square again, as I did on the previous ones. So I'll just click anywhere. Let's go to the square tool. I'll make sure that the snapping is on, and there we go. I'll just drag one out here. I'll drag it to the bottom, and I'll make it some other kind of color. This is a really bad pattern, but it's just for an example. There we go. Let's just leave it at, let's just leave it something like that. All right, let me nest all of these symbols into the rectangle, and there you have it. Now all you need to do is, so you can copy this and place it into our 3000 pixel document, or you can go ahead and make it into, rasterize it. So pixel, this is basically a pixel now. Copy it and paste it into here, and we go through the whole thing we did before of copying and pasting. And there we go. There it is. Okay, now that we've made the simple repeating pattern, you can then go ahead and make more complex patterns. Here's one I did earlier, and it's old school sweets, flying saucers, the marshmallow, and these violet things. So I just created all these individual items here, and I just copied and pasted them all over the place. Now, before we did it more of a grid-like pattern where there was like a set place they had to be, but you can get creative, and if you see here, so say if you've got an image, you just create one and stick it on the side, and then copy and paste it 1000 pixels across, and then it will get pasted to here. And if you're not happy with where it is, with the placement amongst all the other items you have, you can simply select both of them, the left one and the right one, and move them around like this, and it will still repeat perfectly. So here I've done it with this one, and if I go down to a flying saucer, see the flying saucer on the left and the right. I can click that if I wanted it to be a little bit more over here, and you can do that from the ones above also. So you have, let me find, there we go. So you've got this one here, and you've also got the one down there. You can also move them around like this. Yeah, so just have fun playing around with making patterns, and they can be great for putting on websites or printing on cards or clothing. The possibilities are endless. Also, you can go a little bit more complex, and this is another one I made earlier, where the background, you can change the background as well. So there is part of it. Instead of just having a blank white background or whatever, you can create a background that repeats also. So you see in the background, this shape here is the same as this shape here. So the left and right will seamlessly repeat. And you can add flowers, anything. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something. I'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching.